Good morning, everybody. Matrix here, and here is a trade recap of my NVDA short from this morning. It's 10:45 right now, so let's get right into it. NVDA, let's pull up the chart real quick here. I took two trades on it, and basically, here's that trade here, and there are two trades, okay? The second trade, let's talk about first. It's basically I stopped myself out literally for nothing. When the stock came down, it started to grind back up, and I took a starter size short here, held it, and basically did not cover it. As it popped right back up, I saw that basically it reclaimed this 167.55 area, which was the low of this morning. As you see, I have this horizontal line mapped out here. As this reclaim, I did not get out of my position fast enough. By the time it got up here, it reclaimed my entry price a little bit. And I was basically just done with it because the trade was going for so long. Anyways, the first trade, last night I talked about NVDA being very overextended, and on the daily chart here, let's bring in the daily chart real quick. The daily chart was very overextended. I was looking for a short out the gates. I was looking for a pop and drop. However, pre-market, we already see a heavy volume coming down on it, and basically it just never popped. Yesterday's closing price 170.78. It never even tried for it. At the open, I see very heavy selling. The tape told the story. It never got back above this 170.60. Like literally at the open, heavy selling pressure on the tape, just red all the way. I try to get in as soon as possible, and basically I got filled late. I got filled here first, and then as it came back up a little bit, I added, and I saw heavy selling momentum coming into a support area. I peeled a little bit off here. I believe this is the 169.50, and then coming down here into the key psychological number of 168, also a support area that I talked about yesterday on my watch list. Basically, I just took some off as well. And then from here, when it wicked down and came back up, I took some off on the wick down. And this looked like a time to reverse. So I peeled off some. And then when it came back up and tested the VWAP, I waited for the test. And then I saw selling momentum on the tape again. So I added in right here. And as it came down back into this 168 area, peeled some off. And then it looked like a double bottom holding the 168. So as it came up, I peeled some off as well and basically closed it out right here, uh, all from the open. And that was the trade. Really big trade here. Um, uh, two tiers and two tiers. So I jammed it on this follow through momentum. I'm gonna ride the momentum down. I peeled a quarter. I peeled another quarter, and then here I peeled most of it off. Um, by the time after this cover at the bottom around the 168.01, I had one tier left, and then here I added one tier, and then from here I took that one tier off and closed out, and that was it. So just a pretty quick recap, a short on the opening momentum, and the thesis from last night was basically that people who bought in the previous few days basically are taking profits, and the overall market was SPY gapping down as well. I think this was perfect timing for them. I mean, SPY at the open, it basically gapped down from yesterday pre-market, uh, gapping down hard and selling hard. So I the thesis was at the open, people who bought in on NVDA will follow suit, and yeah, just took it. The opening drive. Um, as far as right now, I think NVDA is gonna wedge out a little bit and just trade sideways, consolidate. overall, this is a very bullish chart from its earnings and its announced new ray tracing technology. So I'm still bullish on the ticker. I don't know where it's going to find bottom yet, so I'll just wait it out. It might sell off a little bit more today, looking like it wants back down to this 166 area around the 50 MA here. Um, and it could possibly come all the way back down to 164 first before it finds bottom. And uh, perhaps from there, I might long. Throughout the intraday, I mean, right now, I guess this could be this could be a nice little grind up long. You know what? In fact, I might just take a starter size on it if it comes right back down to the 150, 750, and I'll try it out because there's very tight risk here, right? You can see there's tight risk right here. We have a sideways consolidation where you can risk here and you can risk here as well. So very, very tight, right? So right about there. So nice tight risk setup. We got volume coming in on the long side here. Volume over here on the reversal at 1019, as you can see. Basically, if I look at the 5-minute chart, this big green bar right here at 10:15 after price discovery was this volume right here. So this is a reversal signal in on its own in itself, and on the longer time frame, I mean, it's just following this wedge right now on the 5-minute chart. So I do like this setup for the long. 167.55 is pretty key. Uh, Pretty key buying. I think the buyers are coming in from there, and we'll see what happens. Thanks for watching. That's my recap. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, and share this video. And I'll see you guys a little later. Ciao.